Here in this video, I'm going to run you through some of the basic things MX Business can do. So when you open MX Business, it will always open up with the products list. So this is a big list of all your products, which will be in your scale. It's got all of them in a big list. You can filter them down by all of these filters along the top. For example, department, for example, pre-pack, retail sales. And if you want to remove the filter, you can just click the X, like so. So you can go into the products and edit them by double clicking. You can set up information vouchers, which I've done a separate video on. Everything you need to on the product you can do in here and more. Date offset, so best before dates, things like that. Even button pictures and whatnot. It's all in here. You can do the sales messages and whatnot. Nutrition. Everything you need to do on the products is in there. You can edit them easily with the global editor. So you can just say, use a field and say when it equals something, it will change. So for example, when the date offset equals 5, then change that date offset to 6 and then execute it. So you can do things like that, which is kind of like a formula, and change them in bulk. So that's the product side of things. You can do keyboards, so you can edit and create keyboards. Again, I've done a separate video on this. But you can see all your keyboards in the scale. You can double click to edit them. And you can see how they look exactly on the scale. You can also assign keyboards to different scales if you wish. And that's also included in a separate video I've done. You can also edit the labels, create and edit labels for the scale, which is in here. So you can create one there, or click manage designs and you can see all your labels there. You can double click on them to edit them. Again, I've done a separate video on this if you want a more detailed explanation. You've also got a range of different things you can change here. So just to go through them, you can change the barcode editor, so the type of barcode, for example, how many numbers are on it, and what they mean, things like that, how they scan. A lot of it's self-explanatory. So department, discount, you can change discounts. ECR, you got a ledger editor, so you can edit accounts, customer accounts for the scale. Payment type and EFT, so card terminal, change details on that. You got a group editor, so change, edit, create groups. Media manager, so that's for adding logos, so adverts for the scale, logos for the labels, all that kind of stuff. Message editor, so sales messages, things like that. Nutrition, print data editor, schedule tasks. Security editor, I'll show you that in 1 second. There's a lot more to that. Obviously tax rate editor, change the tax rates. And there we go. So one that's worth showing you is a security editor. So when we click on that, it will bring us to where we can change security functions. So this is the security editor. So you've got like the standard operator and manager here. When you click on them, it will show you which operators are assigned. So obviously you'll always have a lot more standard operators. So if you want to add a new one, you can just double click on the standard operator there. Then on this side, you can either double click on someone to edit the operator. So you can change their PIN, whether they're actually enabled or not. So they can actually use a scale. Stuff like that. Change the name, all that kind of stuff you can change in there. If you want to add a new operator, you can click assign operator there. And if you want to delete one, you can just remove there. So you've also got a function editor here. So when you click on that, which is the little star, it will show you all the different functions you can use. So these will be available as buttons. When you go on the keyboard designer, you can put all of these on the scale as a button. And there's more than that, so if there's something on it you want to do but you can't find it, you can click this plus and you can actually choose from the whole list of functions and add it on in here. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Stuff like logging on operators, refund buttons, internet website links, discounts, overrides, all that kind of stuff's in there. And that's the function editor. So you've got an offers center as well. Again, I've done a separate video on this, but you can create and edit offers, add products to them, all that kind of stuff. Over here on the left hand side, you've got the network center. So this is the physical networking side of things. So you can add scales. If you right click on the scale here, you've got some functions. So you can change things on the machine. For example, which keyboard's being shown. You've got the network. So this is for all the scales as a whole, the receipts and whatnot. You can also remote control onto a scale, so you can actually use it as though you was at the scale, but virtually. You can reboot, restart scale, do a cold boot, and you can remove it from here as well. So that's the network editor. And there's a lot more, but those are the basics, and I'll be creating more videos as time goes on explaining it.